Tomorrow morning, we are leaving on the road trip to Los Angeles for my uncle's wedding and to just hang out with friends for a week. Right now, I'm eating some food because I'm hungry. It's a frozen burrito, which probably isn't the best option before we're gonna be in the car all day tomorrow and going out and doing stuff. But I don't want to make a batch of beans or lentils or rice or something because we'll just have to throw it out since we're not gonna be here for a week. I spent the day today packing and getting stuff ready for tomorrow. I still have to shave and shower because my hair is really greasy. But other than that, I'm ready for a fun day tomorrow. I'm getting one last good cleaning in with the bidet before I have to go a week without. Goodbye, Basil. We'll see you in a week if you're still alive. She probably won't be alive because she only gets 1 or 2 hours of sunlight a day due to this very steep angle. So unfortunately, might be our last time seeing each other. It's just past 9 a.m. and your car's all packed. We're ready to go. Everything's all packed up. Hopefully we're not forgetting anything. I've got the strategic zip down hoodie because it's cold right now. It's 50 degrees, but as the day goes on, and especially once we get into California, it's gonna get to the 70s today. So I'll just be able to very quickly take that off instead of the pullover would not be very convenient, especially while driving. I'm just seeing this right now. Cara brought a friend for Billy for the adventure. I mean, I gotta stop talking in third person because I feel like that's weird when you're right here. You brought a friend for Billy. Is it I'm talking to the audience or I'm talking to you? It just depends on the context. Yeah, I guess so. I have a very special first stop planned on the trip, and it's a big surprise, so you'll see when we get there. It's 267 miles to LA. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Say hit it.
Hit it.
And we were starting off this trip at 59 miles on the car, so we'll see what we're at by the time we get back. Yeah, it's a special, very local place that you can't really go to too many places, so we figured we should take advantage of this opportunity. We've got our #Walmart haul. I had to get a charger. Well, I don't have to, but I figured I really should because the cable I currently had, you can see it's the glare is really bad. It's fraying and it's cracked around here, so probably a good idea to get this. I also had to get socks. I had to get long black socks, and then I saw these socks while we were there, so I thought we should get these for our friends. I think they might like them. They can pick and choose the ones each of them like. Okay, just stopped to get gas before we head off into the desert. We weren't particularly low on gas. I only had to fill up with 3 gallons, but I figure gas will be a lot more expensive in the desert and just California in general. It's $5.20 here, so it's probably gonna be a lot worse once we get out there. But yeah, we're about to leave the city. I mean, you have never been on a road trip before, right?
Not an actual road trip, I guess.
Oh, are we live?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna dox my friend's house. So the way that we're gonna get there is we're gonna go on the I-15 for 4 hours and then turn left. This is the worst final destination timeline. Do not want to be behind this thing. We're just outside of Las Vegas. It's about 11 a.m. and we're at 7 Magic Mountains. Believe it or not, I've never been here, even though I've lived in Las Vegas for such a long time. And I love traveling, but I've just never come here, never really had a reason to. It's not anything particularly special, I guess. It's just random rocks in the desert.
It's art.
It is art. Everything is art, though, arguably. This was built in. What about my art? So this was constructed in 2016. I'm not sure if there's a particular reason. It might have just been to give tourists from California a thing to do on their way to Las Vegas. But yeah, I don't think there's glue or anything on these. That's kind of dumb. I think they just bounce them on top of each other. They're 30 to 35 feet tall each. I'm surprised there's no spray paint on these. I mean, besides the original paint that was on there, because at Cadillac Ranch, everyone spray paints them, but it's a tradition there. So maybe people are just more respectful here or something. And the tradition just never started.
I saw pin or
yeah. Well, that's really small though. Cadillac Ranch is every single thing is just layers of spray paint. This would be a good thumbnail, something like that. Let's see. Okay, next stop, Primm. Trying out the cruise control for the first time on the car because we haven't really been on the open highway like this before. And I want to see what would happen if we start getting close to a car in front of us. There's a truck in front of us right now. And it's adjusting the cruise control so that you stay the same distance away from the car in front of you so you don't get too close. And it adjusts the speed of the cruise control. And it like just keeps it matches the speed of what's in front of you. That's so cool. I love this car. We're in Primm and we're stopping at this donut store called Pinkbox Doughnuts, which is local to Las Vegas. I think that they have a few stores. I think they have like one in St. George, and of course they have one here in Primm. I've never been there before. We haven't been there before. We could go anytime, but we're just using this as an excuse to go to the one here. These are so cool. Well, here's the donuts. Car got a vegan pumpkin one, and I got a Nutella one, and they have the spooky packaging too. I keep seeing people walk out of here and they have this box for the Pinkbox Doughnuts. Oh, the pink box, except it's not really pink right now.
The store is pink though.
Oh yeah. We can't eat in the car, so we have to wait like a couple hours till we get to the next city. Just kidding. I'm trying to make sure that not a single crumb gets in the car, or else you're cleaning it if I spill a crumb. But like, look at the inside. There's the Nutella on the inside. What a great way to start the day. I mean, you could say that like all breakfast cereals are just dessert. So I mean, it doesn't matter if you eat this or if you eat cereal, it's all dessert. How is it? Hurry, 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 hurry. Okay, well there you go.
Very good out of 10.
Welcome to California. And if you divert your attention to the left over there, there's the lottery store, which is legally in California, and people go there to buy lottery tickets because the lottery is illegal in Nevada. I think it's just some precedent that we set a long time ago for one reason or another. Nowadays, though, all the casinos in Las Vegas are just probably lobbying the government to not allow the lottery to be in Nevada. Now that we're in California, it's going to be a lot of uphill and we'll be going through mountains. So we'll see a lot of trucks in the right lane with their lights blinking because it's hard for them to go fast up the hills. Luckily, with this new car, there's this option here. I usually keep it on econ mode, but I could put it onto normal or sport mode. Well, yeah, there's econ, normal, and sport mode. So when we're in the mountains, at least have it on normal mode, if not sport mode. It's really fun with that. And when we're going on the highway ramps, especially going uphill, I turn on the sport mode and just start like zooming past everyone. I would go to Vegas in the summers to visit my grandparents, and my dad has always lived in Sacramento. And a lot of times he would drive down to Vegas or even fly down to Vegas and we'd get like a rental car back. But we would take the drive from Las Vegas to Sacramento. And it's been a while since we've done that. I haven't driven this way in years and years. And as we're driving down here, I'm getting all these flashbacks because I remember this road very well. And I can see like super far in front of us. Like this, I just remember this specifically. It brought back all these memories of driving with my dad. Last time I drove to LA, I think was in 2014. I was like visiting a college, so my mom and I was the one driving, drove to LA. But other than that, it's been like 8 years, I guess, since I've driven this way, like straight to LA. I drove to Sacramento in 2017, but even then, it's still been a while. We are in Baker, California, which is a pretty small city. It's kind of big for being in the middle of nowhere, and we are at the world's largest thermometer. It's a nice 67 degrees today. I've driven by this thing so many times in my life, but I don't think I've ever stopped in Baker before, ever. Oh, look at my beautiful car. So, there you go, world's largest thermometer. It's, I think, their claim to fame. And there's this restaurant that looks like it's probably been closed for a while based on all the graffiti on it, unless that's just how they roll. Oh yeah, you can't go in actually. There's a Mad Greek Cafe, which apparently is also a well-known stop that people stop at in Baker, which I don't think we're going to, right?
No.
Okay, well that's all. On we go.
Can you see it in the distance?
It should be right in front of the truck here.
Yeah. I see it.
This is Essex Road. There used to be a research facility. You have to like drive down the road for quite a few miles. And at the end of the road, there used to be a research, or no, I think it used to be a hotel, and then or a resort, and then it closed down, and now it's just like a research So you can drive down there and you can go see it, but there's really nothing to do there. It's just a cool sign, a ZZYZX sign. There was some reason for it, like they wanted to be like on the bottom of the directory and telephone books maps, I don't know, something like that. There was an accident and they're completely holding up traffic. It looked really bad because there was a helicopter, a couple fire trucks, police cars, and they're just completely holding up traffic so that cars just can't go through, and it's just miles and miles. And Kara arrogantly said, "I'm glad that's not us," referring to being in traffic, not referring to the poor soul who is in a stretcher right now. Awful.
Yeah, there was like a truck in a ditch.
We are at Lake Dolores Waterpark, which is a water park that was built in the 50s or 60s, and it ran for a while until the summer of 2004. Ever since then, it's just been abandoned, completely defunct, and I don't even think it's like that popular of a tourist spot for people to stop at, but it's really cool. I think this place is really big. And I brought my skateboard too. Maybe we'll see a cool spot we can skate in here. A lot of art around the area that we'll be sure to check out. Yo, they got the ape NFTs here. That's crazy. There were a few like movies or videos or shows or something where people came here for I forgot what it was. It was one of those like Steve-O, one of those like cool skateboarding guys did a thing here. Looks like there's some people here too doing something. I'm surprised anyone's here because this is like really out of the way. It looked like they were probably originally changing rooms. Oh, yeah, doors closed. I feel like I should be holding my breath when I go in here. Oh. That's the back area with the pipes. Probably built with like asbestos. We probably shouldn't be breathing that in. This is cool. They got some Mario art. Mushroom, the flying guy, Star, Yoshi. There's so many of these flying boys. Like if I start going this way, they'll all like grasshoppers. Like, there's a lot of them. This place is overpopulated with them. I don't even have to add a tag here because someone already tagged my name for me. Oh, we got fans all over the place. That is indeed watermelon. Man, this park is massive. Over here, there's like a staircase. Do you want to go up those stairs? She doesn't want to go up. But yeah, it'd be a nice view though from up there. See the whole water park. You can like kind of tell what things were. Like this was probably a lazy river going around the park. Like stairs to skate a stair set. I don't know like if I want to skate anything because it's windy and there's a lot of rocks and the ground's bad and the sun's in my eyes and I have a thing in my eye so I can't skate. You can tell how old some of this graffiti is just by what it is. Like this is probably from the late 2000s, early 2010s. More cookies. Join the dark side. We have cookies. Epic mustache. Okay, so we came up this thing. I begrudgingly convinced you to go on the shit mine. And view the park. I don't know if I want to like stand on the edge here. I feel like that's gonna break off from being like super old concrete. Don't do it. It's probably not the most stable. But there's Dolores Waterpark. I think it went by other names in the past too, but that's what it's known as now. Let's make a sick thumbnail if we can get a picture of us in front of it. And when we get all the way to the top here, you can see the other side. It's just all desert. There's the town of Newberry Springs. Such a nice view. I'm glad we went up here. Yeah, such a nice view up here. And at the edge here, there's a pretty steep hill that you could go sledding down. Dirt sledding, that is. There's so many different tags all over, and it's really great because there's so many stories. Like every single tag here is a different story, and you could spend so long just going around documenting all this. And taking pictures and putting together all these stories and stuff. It's just part of life. You can't do everything in life. You gotta pick and choose the things that you enjoy. Some other deep thing like that. You know, we didn't have to stop here or stop and bake or stop anywhere. This whole trip could have been like a 4.5-hour drive just going straight to LA. But as I always like to say, and as I've been reminding Kara throughout the car drive here, is that the journey is more important than the destination. But don't tell that to any of the people that we're going to see. They're definitely they're the most important thing. But keep this between us. Steer is probably about the most my body can handle at this ripe old age.
Be careful.
It's a lot scarier than it looks.
No.
Okay, cut. This place was like definitely skated by a lot of people. This ledge is already really well waxed up. There's the goo here to fill the cracks. There's a shopping cart I'm sure people were skating on. And then there's this ramp here, which is not very stable. I tried going up it, but it's... That's Dolores Waterpark. Because people are probably doing donuts in their dirt bikes here. And in the parking lot, it's a huge parking lot. You can tell there were donut marks from cars. So it's cool. It's a lot better than the typical tourist stuff, in my opinion. I'd rather go here than go to some like diner or something that's a famous landmark. Speaking of diner though, let's go grab some grub near Barstow. A very important piece of artwork here. An even more important piece of artwork. What year do you think this is from? I wish everyone signed the, does that say 04? I wish everyone like signed the date that they did this. Noob. This, okay, surely like this has to be the mid 2000s area over here. It's Maggie. On the way out of the park, we just keep seeing more and more stuff and I feel obligated to show it. Here's the parking lot. We just parked in that little roundabout thing there. But yeah, it's a huge empty parking lot, and it was hard just to even find the entrance. I drove by it at the start because it's so obscure. Oh my god, is it? Oh, the traffic is backed up to here now. Dude, we drove so far. There's the entrance. It's a gate where one half of the gate was knocked down by someone. We're in Yermo, California at Tita's Burger Den, which is a local burger place. I think it's owned by like just a family. But this was the original site, the very first Del Taco a long time ago. Obviously now it's this local burger den place. But this is where the first Del Taco was, where it all started. It says we're sold out, so they're closed. I'm just gonna get like a burger here, and so they had fried zucchini on the menu. I guess if you guys want to see the menu, you can go up to it. Yeah, this is like a cool little joint in a small town in California. So that place was called Thrift and More. A very cool, unique place. Got a few things here. Stuffed animal. Cara found this horse that she really liked.
If you like antique and vintage type stuff, then you'll definitely like that place.
EddieWorld, allegedly the largest gas station in California, and they have like a bunch of shops in there. So we're gonna go in there and check it out. Well, a bunch of shops and have places to eat too, because the burger den was closed. So I'm sure we'll find something here. Otherwise, we'll just eat at Barstow Station. I believe this place was built in 2018. It's very noticeable from the highway with that big ice cream thing. This place is awesome. They have all kinds of treats and snacks and plushies and candy and places to eat at. They have a bunch of vegan options too for Cara. Like they have vegan pizza, vegan burgers, vegan jerky too, I believe, in one of these aisles. This is like heaven for me. All these hot sauces. It just goes on and on. Let's go on this side too. There's even more. Oh my god. I like this drink here, lemonade. Also have CBD drinks. Welcome to California. We found some vegan jerky. There's no prices, but it's probably like $15 or $20. Also, Cara got her vegan ice cream, coconut vanilla.
Yeah.
It's very coconutty.
It's good though.
Yeah, it is
I
good.
usually don't like coconut, but I think it's good.
So this is what Ed and Eddie were after the whole time. These jawbreakers. Wait, dude, I just realized this place is called EddieWorld. And it's like Ed and Eddie were after the jawbreakers. So like, what if this is actually their signature item? Does anyone know what time the narwhal bacon's at? Late epic Redditor IRL. Here's what we got. Vegan jerky, peach rings, or we got some vegan nuggets and fries, Sprite. And we're just gonna skip Barstow Station today. Maybe we'll go there on the way back, make that like breakfast on the way back or something, but it's getting kind of late. It's like 4:30 or 5-ish. And from here it's gonna be about 2.5 hours. Could be longer depending on the traffic because it's about rush hour right now. We want to like get there before like super late at least. Because at this point we probably won't be there till like 7:30 or 8. Keeping in mind the journey is more important than the destination. That's it. We're back in the car, and we are now just like I think I said already. We're gonna drive straight through. We're not stopping at Barstow. Going straight to Pico Rivera is where our friends live. It's kind of doxing, but not really. I mean, it's pretty. It's a city, so we're gonna stop by Aldi before we go to their house, though. And I haven't been to. Actually, the last time I went to Aldi was when I visited Cara. Visited you when you lived in Ponca City, because they have Aldi there. They have Aldi in Chicago, where I'm from, but they don't have Aldi in Vegas, so I haven't been there in a long time, and that was like my favorite place to go to. So we're gonna stop by there, maybe get some drinks and maybe some food or something, and we'll see your friends. There's pros and cons when you're driving west on a road trip. One of the cons, of course, is that the sun's gonna be in your eyes as it gets later in the day, but it's also kind of a nice thing because once sunset happens, you get like an extra long sunset because when you're driving west, you're driving with the sun, so it stays sunset for a while when you're going like 70, 80 miles per hour. 65 miles per hour on the dot. This is funny because there's trucks trying to pass this truck, but then the trucks that are passing are trying to pass the other trucks that are passing. So they're like, well, that guy was trying to move over, but this guy is not going to run the other truck. The trucks are trying to pass the trucks that are passing other trucks. Anyways, we're driving. There's a beautiful sunset. We just passed through Victorville. So we're basically in LA now, and you can tell that we're in LA because of the traffic. And then if you look at this map here, you see the red. That's how you know
It's
we're
like flashing on the camera. Oh, if I go closer, it stops.
Yeah, the type of screen is like weird on cameras, I guess. But yeah, we're in the red zone for a while. Okay, so we're not actually going to Aldi anymore. I didn't realize they were like hungry and they were like waiting for us. I mean, they said it's fine, but I want to see them sooner anyway. So we're going straight to their house from here. We'll hold off on Aldi till later. Tomorrow because they're closing at 9. So.